to the hockey playoffs real quick.
Sorry.
Daniel, let's get your reaction to the Kings shitting the bed again. Um, uh, Losing in 5 to Edmonton. And then all of the chaos behind the scenes. You okay, bud? You okay there?
You can't win again. You can't beat anybody in a series if your special teams doesn't pull it together. Edmonton constantly scored on special teams, and specifically, it's the Kings killer himself, Leon freaking Draisaitl, dude. Draisaitl ate us up, especially on the power play. But the fact that we didn't have consistent goaltending or a consistent rotation of who to start in goalie, the fact that Dubois was traded for and just completely shat the bed in the playoffs, and the fact that Kempe, Fiala, and Kopitar just couldn't get rolling, like it just completely threw everything off.
Yeah.
So throw that in with an interim head coach, and it was a recipe for disaster. You know, hats off to Edmonton. Edmonton did what they had to do. They kicked us, and they kicked us while we were down. Third year in a row that we've lost to them. We lost in 7 the first time, lost in 6 the second time, lost in 5 this year. I do not want to see a sweep next year. So Kings, y'all got to get it together because I'm not about to see that shit. Because we are going to see Edmonton again.
Or you get it so out of together, so not together that you don't even make the playoffs. That could happen.
No, we're not the Sharks. We're going to make the playoffs. Don't worry.
Fuck.
Oh, man. Catching strays.
You throw them, I'm
That's fair. That's fair. That's a good shirt. All right.
But it was tough to watch. It was tough to watch that last game, especially when those last 2 games were decided by questionable penalties at the end of the game. Usually when a player loses their stick, the ref will give you a little bit more leeway. And that penalty in game 4 really screwed us over just as much as the penalty in game 5 did. You know, both of them were for holding and both of them were very questionable. But regardless, what happened has happened. And, you know, we just got to pick up our fucking teeth and put them back in our mouth somehow and figure it out.
Figure it out.
Figure that.
Figure it out.
Figure that.
Oh, man. Yeah, this is obviously the 5th year in a row that the Sharks haven't been in the playoffs after making it 19 out of 21 in a row. That was that's kind of rough for, you know, Sharks fans over here to just kind of see the playoffs happen again. But
yeah,
we got hope tomorrow, Vince.
Yeah,
we
got hope tomorrow.
In all honesty, like as a Kings fan, I genuinely do want to see you guys in the playoffs because I love seeing that
rivalry.
The rivalries. Yeah.
I
so
love
fun.
The rivalry.
That was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think about even being on the wrong side of 2014, but being on, you know, on the right, like from my perspective, the wrong side and the right side in 2010, like that's the kind of thing that builds like, you know, like true rivalry. And it was a lot of fun during the early 2010s, you know? I mean, I've told this story before, but I was down in 2014, I was down in LA. I was at the Kings watch party at the Hooters in downtown LA, right across from the arena, to watch that game. And like, that was game 5, I believe. And that was, Pickles got hurt. And that was kind of like the turning point of the series was that game, man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just like being able to feel that energy and to be that guy with the teal hat and a sea of black and purple, man, that was, you know, that's the stuff that is awesome and amazing about hockey is like, as you know, the bitter rival about it all, but also at the end, like there's a little bit of kinship and brotherhood. Is like, if somebody starts talking shit about hockey, we even the most bitter rival is like, no, fuck you. You know, this is the greatest sport ever. You know,
I will consistently say this until I am blue in the face. There are no playoffs like the NHL playoffs. It's one of the only sports that I will religiously watch even if my team's not in it. Like I'll watch the playoffs because I love it that much. You know, you get some hard hits, you get some more fights, you get
playoff hockey. Like it's been really chippy this year too. Like,
it ramps up a notch, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they were saying something like I saw a crazy stat where there was an average of like maybe 50 hits a game per team in the regular season. It's skyrocketed to the 80s in the playoffs.
Yeah. fighting for every
I
inch.
think I said this last week, Daniel, is like baseball, football. They got like let a little more hockey happen. Just let them fight a little.
Yeah, you throw that fastball at my head, bro. See what
Yeah,
happens
see what
when you
happens.
can actually duke it out.
Yeah. A couple of benches clearing brawls.
Just let it happen.
It builds character, man.
Yeah.
That's what.
Rub dirt on it.
We already had one this season, so why not? Why not more?
Yeah, totally. I do just want to just espouse how much joy I got out of Vegas losing after being against one.
Who did?
It felt so good to see Dallas make that comeback, and that's another one that there was some historical matches that the Sharks had against Dallas, so it feels a little gross to say it, but actually I was really excited to see Dallas win because I kind of hate Vegas more now at this point.
Mm-hmm. Same.
I definitely feel you. I was out and I was like, "Yay, go Dallas!" Somebody looked at me, and I just said, "They beat the Golden Knights, dude." And they're like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I despise Vegas because of them trying to essentially steal our identity. Kings, right? That's cute.
Yeah.
There's no similarities there whatsoever, right, guys?
Yeah, and then they took the Sharks entrance too, like skating through the helmet. I'm like, yeah, you're just taking ideas from everybody else, taking all the cool shit, and trying to make it your own or whatever. But that's what Vegas as a city kind of does, right?
I mean, the thing that pisses me off the most is the fact that we know as Kings fans, we know for a fact Vegas lost on purpose against the Ducks because they didn't want to face Edmonton in the first round. They'd rather have Dallas in the first round. Had the Knights won that game, they would have had Edmonton and we would have faced Dallas. Either way, you're going home. You're going golfing early.
That's right. Oh, man. Feels good to say it. And so I guess just going forward, is
Cancun.
Same question you asked earlier. Is there a team in NHL playoffs that you kind of are really rooting for or not actively rooting against, I guess? I don't know.
God. I despise a lot of these teams.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't like the Canucks and Oilers for obvious reasons. We have bad blood with Canucks and I hate the Oilers.
Yeah.
I don't like the Bruins because I'm not that's another story. Don't like the Rangers. You know what? Honestly, I wouldn't mind if Carolina or Dallas won. I wouldn't be upset. Because Robertson's a beast with Dallas. He's a beast.
I wouldn't be too upset if Colorado ended up getting it done again. It's been a couple years since they got theirs, right? So Carolina would be nice, I guess, for Bernsey. Just a little personal connection there. And Dallas for Joe Pavelski of it all. That's really what it comes down to for me is past players, I guess.
Are Eric and Jordan Stahl still playing on the Hurricanes?
Did they go to Pittsburgh? I thought maybe. I don't recall.
Me neither. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Okay. All right. Efforting. Okay. I guess that kind of brings us to the end of hockey talk for the most of it, though.